Rachin Ravindra has had a good day with the ball. He can get some runs for New Zealand.
Gone are the days that a big stride down the pitch or a shimmy down will negate the LBW decision. Technology as it is, and the umpires are having seen how Hawkeye determines LBWs, are a lot keener to raise that finger on their front foot.
Straight away off the mark. Another good over from Moeen Ali. He has 2 for 12 in 4, 123 for 5. The debate really was how far down the pitch. That's what Nicholls would have been most disappointed with. How far he got down and how long and the distance the ball has to travel. Left-hander, you're always going to be struggling on the inside edge with the slope. Well done, Joss Butler.
Right on round to you.
Bemused.
Just a little bit from middle. That's middle. Thanks. That's middle enough. Middle enough. Oh! Nice left.
For New Zealand, they've struggled in 2 games now, 3 games. To be fair, it all starts with that opening partnership going into a World Cup. They really need to get that Conway-Young partnership sorted. Williamson coming into number 3 will give them added confidence and solidity. But right up at the top, going through an entire World Cup, if your top 4 perform consistently well, it makes a world of difference to your batting lineup. Currently, the 2 openers, except for that first 100 by Conway, they haven't looked the part.
Right. Johnny. Oh, it's... Yeah.
Have to hurry. It's a fumble from David Willey. 126 for 5. I think he's a bit stiff actually, David Willey. 6 overs on the bounce and he was just stretching his hamstring.
Strange series, hasn't it been, Nasser? Can't recall a single game being too close or close at all.
Yeah, both in the T20s and this. And these sides, historically, there's not much between them. But in this series, it's been very one-sided.
Bairstow taking a break. You'd expect some riveting cricket between these 2 sides, both high quality. There's been some riveting individual performances in each of those games, but collectively, not so.
Move. All right. Good boy, Mo. Good boy, Mo. Right on. No, 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 no. Oh! Hey! Go ahead.
Good opportunity for Rachin Ravindra. Yes, there's a match to be won, but at the same time, it's an opportunity to play yourself into form, get some rhythm. Some time out in the middle. He's in the World Cup squad for New Zealand. The middle order is going to be crucial in India. Both these batters.
It's an interesting one, isn't it, Kumar? Because I know someone like Owen Morgan raised his eyebrows a little bit in the last game, where they just plodded along in this situation, going nowhere, almost took the win out of the equation. Or do you take it as a bit of batting practice? You've always got to believe you can win a game. You can't just let it plod along.
Yeah.
An over of 3 singles and a 2, 132 for 5.
Yeah, it's an interesting mindset that you need to have. You can come in and sometimes think, play yourself in, see whether you can get some runs and get some form going. 132 for 5 in the pursuit of 312. To try and mimic match conditions, even in your mind, you've got to believe that you can win, and then try to think, how am I going to construct an innings to actually get the side as close as possible to that. Just playing yourself mindless into form doesn't really serve even the prospect of batting well in a World Cup. You've got to understand situations and bat accordingly.
Short ball picked up length well, but there are 2 sweepers out there.
Is it practice for practice sake, or practice with a purpose out in the middle? It's a question for these 2 batters to answer, and I do hope they take the positive route.
Again, he has to hurry. He does. He's quick.
Sorry, Livy.
Well in, easily in.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Apologies if you heard any bad language there. I think Phillips and Butler just got in a bit of a tangle with the throw.
Yes.
As a lefty, you want to be a little bit careful being pushed onto the back foot off a length. Can hurry you up, you become an LBW candidate. It's much safer and easier probably to push forward or half step forward. Allows you to get into a much better position.
137 for 5. Well, only one player has got past 50 today, and it is that man, David Malan. He went on to get 100, his 5th ODI 100, very consistent. He also went past 1,000 ODI runs. He looks in fine touch, he really does. Other batters struggled a bit early on. Just 21 innings to get to 1,000 ODI runs. Mr. Consistent. With no Roy and the injury cloud to Jason Roy, it is good to see David Malan in such fine form. 96 in the last game, 50 in the first, 127 today.
Right on. Moeen!
In the air, but lands short of Joe Root at mid-on.
No!
5 dots now. Pressure building on Ravindra and New Zealand. Should be a couple because it's gone wide of Topley as well. So another good over for Moeen Ali. Impressive figures, 6 overs, 2 for 20, 139 for 5.
England has a great opportunity now to run through the overs with the 2 spinners. Just run through them really quickly, get that rate going up. All the England bowlers have been very, very good. Cast perhaps. And Curran as well, a little bit expensive. Cast with a wicket though. But the spinners have been very, very good.
Yeah.
Opportunity here to try and get that short fine leg and cover another gap perhaps on the offside. Get a mid-wicket in. As Moeen Ali goes there. Try and get Rachin to do something different. Hit across the line. Perhaps a paddle, perhaps a regulation sweep. Definitely do it for Moeen Ali. The experience of the 2 spinners. But also perhaps Livingstone. It's not a bad call to try and get him to do something different in the hope of a wicket.
Keep an eye on that. Just as a batter. When it lands and spins. Had a couple in the test match that the batters didn't know where the ball had gone in that test series against Australia. Just have to keep an eye on it. Short pulled again, straight to the sweeper. Coming out nicely for Liam Livingstone. Mixture of off breaks to the left-hander, leg breaks to the right-hander. Not many loose deliveries. Just as I say that, he goes to the full toss and finds the man in the deep. He will have it. He will take it. He landed everything perfectly. His first loose delivery. And Phillips has found Brook at deep mid-wicket.
Typical leg spinner's dismissal as well. How many times does a leggy bowl a full toss or a short tracker and it's hit straight to a fielder? We saw Daryl Mitchell against Moeen Ali a couple of games ago, a full toss to mid-off, and this one Phillips drops his bat. The double teapot, smiles from Livingstone, a full toss hit straight to deep mid-wicket. Phillips's promising innings comes to an inglorious end. 25 to him, 142 for 6 to New Zealand.
Kyle Jamieson comes in at number 8. 170 still needed, just 3 wickets in hand really. Saudi won't bat, so England need 3 more wickets. Jamieson and Ravindra need a partnership in quick time.
Long on goes back. I'd rather prefer him in the circle, Nasser. Crowd him.
Yeah, maybe it's another cunning plan with the full toss.
Oh.
Misfield. Moeen Ali, it was at extra cover. A wicket in the over, 143 for 6. Only one man out there, Brook. It wasn't a deep mid-wicket. He was sort of in between deep square and deep mid-wicket. He could hit it anywhere, Phillips. And hit it straight into the hands of Harry Brook.
And there it is, watching it. Realised that it was going straight to a fielder. The bat drop usually in celebration at times, but this time in utter disappointment and disbelief perhaps.
Slip in now for Moeen Ali for one that goes down the slope.
Moeen. Ricochet. Moeen. Retain mid-wicket. Good move. White. Good Moeen. Catch him.
3 singles in the over, 146 for 6.
England well in front in this game, having made 311. Very good score at Lord's. New Zealand 6 down in reply, and remember they have a couple of injured players as well, Southey and Lister, and we're not sure whether they'll be able to bat. I very much doubt it in the case of Southey. We'll wait and see on Lister. So there's not much to come for New Zealand.
Yeah, definitely no Tim Southey. There's no point in Ben Lister batting if things are looking this grim, I don't think. Going to be able to run between the wickets with a hamstring strain. You see, that's Matt Henry padded up there.
Interesting to see a couple of Englishmen on the Kiwi balcony there. 150 up for New Zealand. Ian Bell left of screen, James Foster next to him. Seconded to work with New Zealand for this one-day tour, as that scoots through and almost gets under Jamison's bat.
You're all part of the CV as well, working with international sides for both those two. Foster's done a bit of coaching.
$151 for 6. We've had 32 overs. I think the umpires are going to call drinks onto the field. 6 down New Zealand, and we'll talk you through them. Run out first of all, smart work from Joss Butler, and that was the end of Devon Conway. A good one from Willie, just chipped the outside edge of Will Young's bat. Bryden Cast brought one back down the hill to get rid of Daryl Mitchell, and then spin. Latham missing an attempted pull. Henry Nicholls very disappointed to be on the wrong end of that review, and then Glenn Phillips equally disappointed to have shoved a full bunger from Liam Livingstone straight into the hands of Harry Brook at deep square leg. Rather sums up the day, really. It's been a bit of an error-strewn performance from New Zealand today, who've been hit by injuries as well, but partly self-inflicted, because one of them at least came from a drop catch, and more drop catches put down is a real end-of-term feeling about this game. It's been a very one-sided series, not in terms of the overall results, but each individual game has just been incredibly one-sided, and at the moment England well in charge here. 2-1 is the series score at the moment. Of course, New Zealand need to win it to level the series. England looking to wrap things up, and it's spinners at the moment, Livingstone and Moeen Ali, who are in charge.
Middle again, please. Middle starts, thank you.
Yeah, New Zealand were very good in Cardiff in the first of the ODIs, but the last couple of performances have been poor, and today has not been much better. The concern will be around the batting side of things. Bowling today, you can't really be too critical. Matt Henry was pretty good again. They lost Southey.
Very good from Jameson. The field had come up, a slip had come in, mid-off had come up, so opens his shoulders and hits that effortlessly over the top.
More like it from Kyle Jameson. The outside of that, they lost Lister, they lost Southey, so it's not to be too critical of the bowling effort when you're two key bowlers down after only bowling 4 and 6 overs. Had to go to others, and it wasn't easy. Outside of Kane Williamson, they played predominantly what you would think is the top 5 for a World Cup selection. Young and Conway, Mitchell, Latham and Phillips would make up the top 6, along with Kane Williamson.
Oh, bowling.
So in this game and the 2 previous games, I think they are well and truly below par, which will be the concern from New Zealand's point of view. And 59 for 6.
How much actual batting has Kane Williamson done? I know he's done a lot of training in and around the team. Has he been batting at kind of full speed as well?
He's been in the nets, facing a lot of deliveries from the flicker. Not sure how much full pace bowling he's been up against. He certainly, I mean, he was doing some sprints the Oval the other day and looked really good. So I think fitness wise, strength wise, he's very, very close, and he has maintained that he will be ready and raring to go. He's looked good. I've seen him in the nets on a couple of occasions, and he's looked really good. I mean, very rarely doesn't he? But it's just that match practice.
Yeah, that was really what I was getting at. I mean, he's one of the best players of the age, but when you've been out for that length of time, even the best players just might take a little bit of time to get back into things.
New Zealand's first warm-up game. So Kane Williamson and a lot of this side not going to Bangladesh for the 3 ODIs. They're much like what England are doing with the Islands series. New Zealand are sending a lot of their players away before the World Cup. New Zealand play 2 warm-up games. I think it's Trivandrum or Hyderabad. 29th of September. They play Pakistan, and then Trivandrum against South Africa. We've got 2 warm-up games.
Swings this away leg side in front of square. Say warm-up games, it's likely to be very warm in Trivandrum, isn't it? That's right down south.
The southwestern coast, I think, Trivandrum, Tiruvananthapuram. So you would hope that Williamson will play one of those.
Really nicely bowled from Livingstone, who's found some drift today and a bit of spin on that occasion. 164 for 6. Gets this one over mid-on. Richard, our statistician, just mentioning that the last wicket that Moeen Ali took has taken him to 350 international wickets across formats. Only Graham Swan as a spinner has more than that. A measure of the influence that Moeen Ali has had over the years. Rashid 8 short of that figure right now, so you'd imagine that once fit and playing in the World Cup in conditions that should suit, he'll reach that mark as well.
Not much separates the two of them, is there? On the field, off the field.
They are 2 peas in a pod. And another. Make that 351 in a tame end, really, for Kyle Jamieson. Straight back into the hands of Moeen Ali. Spin to win today. Lots of wickets for the spinners of both teams.
Just caught in 2 minds there, Kyle Jamieson. Really should have gone through with it in the end. Just chipped it off the bottom of the bat, straight back to Moeen Ali, who gratefully accepts. England have another. New Zealand in further trouble. Kyle Jamieson gone for 15. It is 169 for 7.
Oh, it's a good catch. It's a smart catch from Joe Root because it went quite quickly. Moeen Ali finding a bit of curve, using the slope to find the outside edge, and Root doing the rest. Another wicket for Moeen Ali, who now has 4 for 38.
Second 4-wicket haul for Moeen Ali. 2 and 2. It's a really good catch from Joe Root. Not easy when they're slashed at. Important that you remain composed at slip. Here he goes, first ball for a duck. New Zealand 169 for 8.
We assume Lister will be the last man because I can't imagine Saudi will bat with a broken thumb. Moeen Ali has finished an international game with a hat-trick before, hasn't he? Did that in a test match from memory at the Oval against South Africa. It was a lovely photo taken by the photographers because it went to a review, and then the team hoisted Mo up, and there's a beautiful photo of him celebrating the hat-trick at the end of a game. Well, he's got a chance to repeat that now. Lister it is, and Josh Butler's kind of surrounding him here. He's got a couple of slips and 2 or 3 more catching. He's going to bring in a 3rd slip here. See if Moeen Ali can become the first since Stephen Finn to get a hat-trick in an ODI for England. That was in the 2015 World Cup in Melbourne. Not to be. Very nice looking shot from Lister. Gets him off the mark. Ends the 35th over with a boundary. 173 for 8.
Well, not happy with the way that he finished, but the 2 wickets in the over. First, quite a tame dismissal. Just chipped back from Jamieson. More aggressive with the line that he bowled, but a brilliant catch from Joe Root. It's Moeen Ali. 2 in the over.
Well, he's possibly will have a chance to get a 5-wicket haul if New Zealand survive this over from Livingstone. Moeen Ali's got 1 left of his allocation. Lister, remember, has a hamstring strain, so he'll not be dashing any quick singles, and Ravindra will want the strike as well. High it goes. It could be the end. No, it's beaten the fielder. Is it Bryden Cass out there? Can't quite see in the distance, but he... Sam Curran, there's quite a big difference between Bryden Cass and Sam Curran, like about 3 foot.
Well, he was definitely interested to start with. The boundary just cuts in on the angle.
He thought he was in business for a minute, Sam Curran. But as you say, if we were playing the natural size of the ground here, then he would have been in business. Big appeal, but a wide given. Well, and Butler reviews straight away with confidence, you'd have to say.
TV umpire director, we have a review for catch. I've checked the front foot's a fair delivery. Your best angle goes, thank you, front on plus. Yeah. It's close to the glove, I'm going to need ultra edge. When ready. Yeah. Thank you. Coming through. Just back. Coming back 1 frame. And through. Let's hit the pad. Back again. Coming through. Freeze about there. Yeah, let's come off pad there. Back again. Yeah. Thank you. I'll go back on field. You can stick your Reds decision not out. Signal now.
Well, the review is to no avail, but it did show clearly that ball hit pad, and wide had been signalled by the umpire.
Yeah. Well, I didn't signal actually to the scorers, I just signaled down the pitch. Just confirming 2 then. No, 1.
We are understanding that that's a dot ball, not a wide. I guess that's an instance why it shows why the umpires often wait until the team has reviewed or not, then to give their signal. But it seemed a wide was given in haste there, but clearly couldn't be a wide once it had hit the pad. 180 for 8. Caused all manner of confusion up here with our scorers. Tipex coming out the bag, and now can Mo get 5? High it goes again, and very firmly struck. If there was any doubt about whether the first one in the previous over was going for 6, there was none on this occasion. It's gone right into the second tier and into the corporate hospitality boxes.
Well, this is a wonderful shot from Ravindra, hitting down the slope, going high and long.
Good bit of fielding in the end. That was not easy for Reece Topley. Ball bouncing just in front of him and hit quite firmly.
Yeah. Stop.
He's never had a 5-foot in an ODI. He's got 1 ball left.
Touch it.
Ooh, not far away from Milan at backward point, so it won't be 5 for Moeen, but he finishes with the excellent figures of 4 for 52. It's 192 for 8.
Moeen Ali turnovers, no makers, 50 runs and 4 wickets. Presenting the winner at number 92, Bryden Pass.
Bryden Cass, it will be, who I thought bowled impressively earlier in the day, came bounding in from the pavilion end, bowled a lively spell and a good line, and he's been brought back now by Jos Buttler to try and wrap this game up. He's been given some treatment there. It wasn't a bad ball, but very firmly pulled away over long on for 6 by Ravindra, who is trying to finish this game in a flourish.
This is yet another high quality shot from Ravindra. Like you mentioned, that not a bad ball by any stretch of the imagination. A wonderful shot.
Short again and pulled again, and what a way for Rachin Ravindra to go to a 50. He goes to 52 from 42 balls. He's having an excellent day here at Lord's. He picked up 4 wickets earlier in the day and now has 50 for good measure as well.
The maiden international 50 for Ravindra. It's just helped on its way, using all the pace of Bryden Cass, and comfortably goes over the head of Harry Brook at fine leg.
And again, this is terrific batting. Pulled in exactly the same direction as he hit the first ball for 6. This one's just a 4, but Cass under pressure, going 6-6-4 off the bat of Rachin Ravindra. I think they had to make this change. Third man comes up inside the circle and just gives Cass a bit more cover out there at deep mid wicket, wide long on, whatever you want to term it.
Oh no.
Fine and 4, going for that leg stump Yorker, and Ravindra just helps it away fine. Terrific batting.
Yeah, and again reading the game beautifully. Just coming across his stumps in premeditation. Fired in a leg stump, and to catch up the pace and use the pace to get it as fine as possible to beat that man on the boundary. Good work. Problems for Cass. Questions being asked.
Yeah, brought back to try and finish things off, but conceding 20 in the first 5 balls of the 38th over. What can he come back with here?
Yeah, one more.
Short, slower ball bowled into the surface of the pitch, and Ravindra does what he needs to do, which is get a single and keep the strike to 11 for 8. Well, he's played some terrific shots, says Ravindra. He's 61 from 46. A score for New Zealand. He has 3 List A centuries in domestic cricket in New Zealand. In a match that will give a young man confidence. 4 wickets and now 61 from 46 balls. Not finished yet. Butler ringing the changes. Sam Curran now from the nursery end. Curran back into the attack, and a straight Yorker finishes things off. We don't expect Tim Southee to bat, and that ends a very bright innings from Ravindra. 61 from 48 balls, a few sparkling shots in that innings, but it is another comfortable victory for England. Margin here is 101. And it completes a 3-1 series victory. So New Zealand started this ODI series brightly, but England throughout the series have shown their dominance, really. And final match between these two sides for the summer has ended, as the rest have, in very one-sided fashion. New Zealand will go to Bangladesh for their final ODIs before the World Cup begins, and England will prepare to play Ireland, although it won't be. You won't see this group of players. It's very much a second string side that England have selected. There are still 3 more ODIs of the summer to go.